Up next, I'll introduce Peter Fisher from the Iowa Policy Project.
Hi, I'm Peter Fisher. I'm an economist and research director at the Iowa Policy Project. About 7 years ago, I wrote a book called Grading Places, What the Business Climate Forecasts Really Tell Us. And last spring, I started an update of that book and began focusing my attention on a new report that had been published since the first edition of my book called Rich States, Poor States. This is a volume published by ALEC every year and authored by the economist Arthur Laffer, the inventor of the infamous Laffer curve. What this report does is rank all of the 50 states on the basis of how well they conform to ALEC's and Laffer's list of 15 state policies that they allege will lead to state growth and prosperity. So if you didn't know anything about ALEC or about this publication, you might think they'd be talking about some things that we know really do matter for growth and prosperity, like public education, investments in infrastructure, better training of the workforce, etc. Instead, what you find is a set of prescriptions focused exclusively on tax cuts, especially progressive taxes, shrinking the public sector, and measures such as eliminating the minimum wage that would suppress wages. Well, since 2012, this is the 5th anniversary edition of Rich States, Poor States, I decided to see just how well this economic outlook ranking, which is what they call it, how it actually performed, because this is states ranked on how well positioned they are, according to ALEC, to achieve growth and prosperity. So let's take a look at how well those states that ranked really well, how the states that ranked poorly actually fared in the 5 years since ALEC first came up with this ranking. But what I found was that there is virtually no relation between how a state ranked according to ALEC, in other words, how much it pursued tax cutting, public sector shrinking, and wage suppression. No relation between that and how well the state economy performed in the subsequent 5 years. When we looked at income measures, however, measure of prosperity, we find that there was a relation, but the relationship was statistically significant, but it was in the opposite direction of what ALEC had asserted. In fact, the states that ranked the best according to ALEC actually had lower growth in per capita income, lower growth in median family income, higher increases in the poverty rate over that period. And in fact, for every year in that period, they had lower average income, lower median family income than the states that ALEC said were the worst. So this is a question that I've been researching for a number of years, so the results really didn't surprise me because I have a pretty good understanding of what factors do lead to growth, do lead to increases in incomes, and those factors are not part of the economic outlook ranking. What I wasn't prepared for was, to be quite honest, the shoddiness of the research underlying this report, assertions that have been disproved by good research, unsubstantiated claims, etc. So that's my contribution to discussion here today, is that the kind of research that ALEC puts out to support the policies that they are promoting is not credible, it's not valid, and in fact their proposals are proposals for state policy that would lead to no increase in growth and probably a reduction in income and wages. Thanks.